Hello and welcome to Energy. I'm your host, Ty Joyce. On today's show, we will be talking about the many improvements to our parks. We'll also be talking about a new program that gives residents a stronger voice when it comes to parks, programs, events, and facilities. And we'll reveal a couple of unique programs at the RSC that can help you get fit. This and more coming up on Energy. Welcome back. In 2008, a park stormwater sales tax was passed. Since then, many enhancements have been made in our parks. Joining us with a look at those updates is Cindy Springer, the Parks and Recreation Director.
The first thing that we did was we went out and we updated our Parks and Recreation Comprehensive Master Plan so that it would guide our steps, so that we didn't just start haphazardly building things. So that was the first thing that we did. In addition to that, we internally developed a maintenance plan and a equipment and vehicle replacement plan so that we can start replacing things on an ongoing basis. But some of the larger projects that we've been able to complete since the passage of the sales tax, the first thing that we did was the restrooms down by the bandstand in Civic Park. We had porta-johns there before, so now we have nice restrooms. The second thing that we did was down in Sports Park. We added a restroom and concession to the north side of the creek, as well as a maintenance building for staff, so they were no longer trailering their equipment back and forth all the way across town. Some of the projects that people are more familiar with is Brendan's Playground, the Westhoff Skate Park, Westhoff Plaza, the tennis courts that we just finished this summer out at Westhoff Park, and we're currently finishing up a multi-use court in Canals Park, which is a neighborhood park, but the residents that live right around there are really enjoying that. One of the other things that we've done, and again, it's not a big project, but it's something that we're trying to work towards, is in Civic Park, we were able to replace the walking path in the lower part of the park so that it's now ADA accessible. And we also put in almost a half-mile walking path in Sports Park as well. So we're trying to do things that will get people out and get them active. The Fort Disc Golf Course in Fort Zumwalt Park is another item that we've been able to do since the passage of the sales tax. And we just try to do a lot of little things too. So coming up, we're still working on parking issues. We always need more parking for all of our programs. So we're kind of looking at Westhoff Park and Sports Park to see what do we need to do. And then another thing that's high on our radar and the Parks and Recreation Board's radar too is a dog park. We do not have a dog park in O'Fallon yet, so that's something we'll be looking forward to as well. And then probably the two largest projects that people are aware of are the replacement of the Civic Hall building, expansion of Alligators Creek, and development of O'Day Park. So those are high on the priority list, and we're just, as the funds come in, we're trying to set some aside and hopefully be able to do those in the near future. And two other items are in the Ozzie Smith Sports Complex. We added batting cages, and under construction right now is a new plaza area and restroom and concession that will greatly improve that park and the Heritage and Freedom Fest. So we've got a lot going on and more on our plates for the future. So we look forward to what we can do to keep our parks great and everyone coming out and enjoying them.
One of Parks improvements currently under construction is at Ozzie Smith Sports Complex. Here's a look at that project.
Today at Ozzie, we're constructing a new concession stand and restroom building. It's going to also include a seated cover area, and it'll have a large plaza concrete area that people can utilize when they're here in the park. And we also included a access road.
These added features to the park serve a dual purpose.
The need was, one, to generate some revenue from the concession stand. Currently, Ozzie only has one concession stand, so the fields that sit off to the north, actually it's kind of a distance to the restrooms and the concession stand. So with this, it also brings all of our ADA compliant to these fields.
The other feature of this project, the access road, will allow larger vehicles to enter the park with ease. An added addition that will especially help out during the city's biggest event.
Ozzie Smith Sports Complex houses the Heritage and Freedom Fest. In years past, when we've had inclement weather, tour buses and stuff are unable to get to the site. So the access road was incorporated into this design to help get artists in and out of the festivals.
This project was funded through the city's park sales tax and has been in the works for a few years.
We started the conceptual design, I think, was back in 2012, and in 2013 we kind of went more into a more formal design, finished up the formal design in 2014 and went into construction documents, and then started construction here in 2015. It's projected to be done at the end of the year.
Do you need a little push when it comes to working out? Here are two programs that are great motivators. Coming up in November is the Holiday Weight Loss Challenge, a great program to help avoid those extra pounds during the holiday season. To help you do your best in this 6-week program, you'll receive a recipe book, weekly workout routines, activity logs, food journals, guidance from personal trainers, and more. The program kickoff and initial weigh-in will be held on Monday, November 9th from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. Cost is $20 for residents and $23 for non-residents. Another great program for ages 50 and older is the Walk Your Way to Fitness. Join this 6-week program and get moving for a more fit you. To achieve your goal of walking 100 miles, you'll try out some new walking challenges and earn prizes as you reach certain milestones. You will complete the miles on your own. All you have to do is check in with the front desk to log your miles. Registration ends on October 8th. Cost is $5 for residents and $7 for non-residents, or free if you are a Silver Sneakers member. For more information on these programs, visit RenaudSpiritCenter.com. The Parks and Recreation Department is offering an opportunity for residents to have their voice heard through the Parks Partners program. Joining us now with more is Ezra Ord.
Parks Partners is designed for the public to have a voice with Parks and Recreation. Parks Partners is there for individuals to come together, share their feedback, give information, and share their experiences with our Parks and Recreation Department. Parks Partners is open for anyone to join. It's a free group. We're not asking for anything except for input. We'd like to hear your experiences with our Parks and Recreation. Once you sign up to be a Parks Partner, you'll receive a monthly newsletter, and with that it'll have monthly tips, it'll have upcoming events, it'll also have incentives for our Park Partners. That could be from a coupon to a concession stand to inclusive access to one of our festivals or events. For more information, or if you'd like to give any questions or comments, you can email parkspartner@o'fallon.mo.us, and also look for it on our websites and social media in the near future.
Now it's time to shine the spotlight on this month's featured employee.
Craig Young recently joined the City of O'Fallon staff as a parks maintenance worker. His responsibility is assisting with various projects throughout the city.
With the special projects group, and we go in and do the sidewalks, concrete work, fences, retaining walls, anything the parks guys don't have time for, we get in there and go ahead and do the special projects for them. A couple of the projects we've done is the entranceway to Westhoff Park, the shed. We did the fence work on the head walls for the culvert. We did the fence work there, and then the tennis courts, we redid that, took the fence down, took out the old asphalt, and then we dug it out and then a contractor came in and finished the work. And then we did put the fence up. Canals Park, we worked out there, and we graded a pad out there for roller hockey, and the other side is going to be basketball. And we set the hoops, and then we built a retaining wall out there and graded the yard for the flow so the water could go around the pads. We do some of the irrigation work, drainage for the, we did a couple pads up at the Renaud Center recently, and we had to do irrigation, fix the irrigation around there, and the drainage to get the water to drain away from the building. We will help out in the parks. We'll cut grass, weed eat, do routines in the mornings. A lot of the special, like the concrete work, was what I enjoy doing. That's one aspect of the job I do like.
Not only does Craig work in O'Fallon, but he also lives here with his family. He's also a 2003 graduate of Fort Zumwalt North. Back then, Craig already gained some knowledge working for the city during the summer months of his junior and senior year. After high school, Craig continued to work in the field, expanding his knowledge.
On the job at St. Charles County Highway Department. It was on the job. It was working my way up there, learning the equipment, being on the equipment, and that's where I got most of my skills from, is from working with them, and then translated when I got hired on here. Doing this before helps out dramatically with the job here.
The best part of Craig's job is working in the outdoors.
I'm not a desk person job. I like to be outside in the environment, and hands-on is what I like to work.
There are many aspects to his job that has brought him back to the city of O'Fallon.
Great group of guys I work with, the atmosphere, and that's one reason why I wanted to come back here, is the camaraderie they have to get along, and just the group working for the city and living in the city, just maintaining it. I enjoy that.
Now let's turn to this week's calendar of events.
The Renaud Spirit Center Fitness Center is offering a weight room orientation for kids ages 12 to 15 who are interested in using the facility. After finishing the class, a wristband must be worn at all times, which will be provided to you at the front desk. The orientation will be done in 2 days, starting on Monday, November 16th, followed by a Wednesday session, November 18th, from 7 to 7:45 p.m. Cost is $35 for residents and $40 for non-residents. Here's a great way to start your morning. If you have arthritis or a bone and joint condition, treat your bones to warm water and relieve aches and pains. Aquatic workouts relieve muscles of weight-bearing stress as they strengthen muscles and joints. This 4-week therapeutic aqua aerobics class requires no swimming skills. Class will take place on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8:40 to 9:40 a.m. starting on November 17th at the Renaud Spirit Center. Cost is $33 for residents and $38 for non-residents. Join the Renaud Spirit Center for cards, coffee, and friendship. This active bridge club meets once a month, and coffee and cards will be provided. Registration ends 5 days before the program start date. This club for ages 50 and older will take place on Wednesday, November 18th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Cost is $2 for residents and $3 for non-residents, and free to Silver Sneakers members. Come kick up your heels right here in O'Fallon with a little bit of O'Fallon. In this monthly program, you'll dance to the latest country songs taught by Pat Leffler, who has been with the city for several years teaching people of all ages how to dance. Pat will change things up by teaching a different dance each class. This is the perfect opportunity to learn country dancing in this comfortable setting. The next session of classes will start on Saturday, November 14th at the O'Fallon Municipal Center from 7 to 11 p.m. Cost is $6 and will be accepted at the door.
That's all for today's show. Thanks for joining us. See you next time on Energy.